that pattern you just demonstrated, that's the secret sauce and how to hit these things farther. Hannah, you got a demo. Frederick, what does she need to do step one if she wants to step on one and just send it?
So both Hannah and I have been working obviously on hitting it further. I think pretty much every pro and every amateur wants to hit it further,
You
right?
better, absolutely.
So we have really worked on just trying to get a better rotation in the backswing. And when I say that, it's not only with the shoulders, it's with the whole body. Both shoulders and hips, and something that helps with that is we're trying to swing it back a little bit faster. Yeah. That kind of momentum helps you to really get a bigger pivot in the backswing, which puts you in a better position to really generate some speed in the downswing.
Yeah, do you have like some kind of percentage, Hannah, you think of how much faster you want to do something?
I am just trying to do everything. I feel like when I swing it back fast, I'm ripping it, and it's a little more vertical than my normal swing.
But you play with people in pro-ams who are trying to just go really slow, barely move, and
that's like
how you're going to hit it far.
the most frustrating thing to hear.
Yeah, well, you have better advice for them for sure. So you just try to wind it up as much as you can, as much hip turn, shoulder turn, go fast as possible.
Something that helps me do it is to not stand still before I hit. I like to kind of shift.
Do a little wiggling.
So
do a
I'm
little
not
dance.
really like moving that much. You probably can't even see it, but I'm just kind of getting my feet and the rest of my body like moving a little bit.
Okay, that's good advice. Another part of going fast is that the club, if you do that well, like you really actually do faster, the club on the backswing is traveling faster, so to change speeds and change direction of that, you actually have to pull on the club harder to do that. The force you're pushing with goes up, but you have to do it more to make it go quicker. So that's partly why a faster backswing is really helpful. Let's go take a look. Hey, can you either of you tell which one's going farther here?
Yeah,
my hips are much more turned in that one.
Are they?
Yes.
Well, we've measured them. They're exactly the same here.
Yeah.
They look like they're facing further this way.
Well, you didn't do the hip turn piece more yet.
Dang it.
It's coming soon, though. You guessed it, and I think it's because I left the ball speed up there. I shouldn't have done that. But anyway, this is the one on the left that I'm going to move here. Your turn just about the same when your lead arm's parallel to the ground here, but watch how it starts to look a little bit different. So that's your standard, just smash it on the course. So you turn 94 degrees with your thorax, so everything above my hand there. And you can see how you've got plenty of your hair visible, your head's turned, shoulders are turned to the max. That's just a really nice swing. And notice how the club stops like at the corner of the love your game sign right there. In contrast, your send it swing, you've turned your hips 9 more degrees, so you just changed the amount you turned from that point in time all the way to the top. And your shoulders turned 5 more degrees, your ball speed went up, and then you can see the length of the swings cutting through the almost the middle of the E there. So that's what you do, or that's what happens when you try to do your feel of turn more, swing faster. It's good advice for everybody, and then that one you ripped out there. One of the best parts of your swing, and we don't talk about your swing, I'm not your teacher or trying to be, but you demonstrate a really nice part on the downswing that I want to take a look at too. So you do something really nice on the downswing that really helps you hit it far too and swing fast. So check this one out. There's a variable that is really hard to measure anywhere except for GOLFTEC, and that is your trail knee flex. So I'm just going to pull that out now. It says 9 degrees flexed at the top of the swing. Now the pattern that your knee flex changes is almost universal by good golfers. There isn't my body type is this, so I do this. There isn't anyone can do it any way they want. There are certain things in golf that don't really work that way. This is one. On the downswing, your knee flex is going to change to the point where it'll continue to flex on the way down, and people talk about pushing into the ground or using the ground as a lever system essentially, or using the ground. I think it's just that most common term. You're not really using the ground. It just kind of sits there. You need to move yourself around. So you do a really nice job of that. Your knee flex goes from 9 degrees forward, and you'll see that it starts to bend. And I want to find that point in time where it stops, which will be right about here. Your lead arm's 45 degrees to the ground at this point. you might bend it a little bit more, but at this point, this is where you're starting to straighten it. And that pattern helps you keep the angle of attack from going too far down. It raises up your hips. It helps you just move yourself backwards faster. That's really what you're doing. You're using the ground as a way to push yourself up like you would if you were going to jump. And then you're going to keep straightening that leg till somewhere in here, and then eventually you'll just start to flex it again. So that trail knee flex is really straight in here, and you did an awesome job of that. Honestly, the best parts of your swing are right here. As crazy as that sounds, your left leg is really straight, your hips and the top of your skirt there, like you can't get that any higher. Your right leg is really straight, your heel's right over your toe, both of your arms are really straight, tilted to the right, extended backwards, all that detail that rock star players have. That's you right there. So that's a big part of swinging faster, though, is bending yourself forward. Rory McIlroy, Tiger Woods, they were always known for lowering themselves quite a bit. All they were doing was using that same principle and just using it more, which helps you swing faster. And then you've seen like the long drive guys who hit it too. On the backswing, they tend not to left tilt very much so that they can make a really long swing. Their head goes up. Then on the way down, it goes down a lot. And then through the ball, they're jumping off the ground and bending themselves backwards. Their inclination to the ground is changing all the time, but they're using that principle of bending forward and backward. And that's unfortunately not a like dimension of golf this way. And your knee flex change that it's talked much about golf. Even we started with just turning more, and everybody knows about that, but that's really that pattern you just demonstrated. That's the secret sauce and how to hit these things farther. So you want to go talk about how we can work on that, or show someone how to do it? All right, so one way you can just demonstrate that or practice it, just set up as if you're going to make a swing right where my foot is, so practice swing. Just go to where the shaft is parallel to the ground on the downswing, and then that's where you want to bend both of your knees more degrees. Just start more bent, don't move the shaft yet. Flex your knees even more. And then swing up to about where my hand is, you see it over here? And straighten your legs all the way, both of them. I know I heard the bone crack in there.
It's like a squat and then
yeah, exactly. Okay. So that's really the form you do well already. You don't need to practice this. But if somebody wanted to get a feel for it, I'd say just actually start with the shaft parallel to the ground on the way down. Bend both your knees and then try to get your hips up as high as you can and just chip a ball. You got it. That would be a good one. And that's helping you shallow out the angle of attack. It does help you swing faster too, because it's a way to move the grip end of the club upward when you hit. It's you moving backwards. That's the most necessary ingredient in that. So chip one of these. Just start with the shaft parallel to the ground. Frederick and I are safe over here. Don't worry about us. And just start with the shaft parallel to the ground. Just tap it out there with your legs as straight as you can get through the ball. Nice. And that would be an easy way someone at home could just start. And then you can just make some longer swings, feeling the Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy flexing of your pelvis and your knees and your ankles. Everything flexes before you extend backwards again. Got it. I don't know, what do you think? Have you thought about it like that before?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I've always heard people talk about the like squat move,
right.
But no one really tells you about the timing of it and when to do it.
That's why measuring your swing, you bring up a good point there. It's not just do it as much as you can. There's a point in time where you want to stop bending forward or you have a new problem. All of that is usually left out of books and instruction in general, so it's hard to learn that. Luckily for you, you have that statistical advantage where you just swing and you already do it. Not everyone watching this is as good as you, so that's a big part of hitting these farther. What do you think? Did I miss anything?
No, I think that's fantastic. I mean, use the ground, have a big turn, use the ground, and that's definitely the two secrets of hitting it further.
Yeah, good advice. Good demo.
Thank you.
You guys crush it. Thanks.